Hi, my girlies. How are you all doing? I hope you had a great week. Welcome to the 8th episode of Unfiltered. Oh, yeah. I appreciate your comments and feedback on the last episode. Thank you so much. To my returning listeners, I say thank you. And to my new listeners, welcome to the space where we talk about Christian issues and the realities of being a Christian without filter, as it is hot. A little bit about me. I'm a Nigerian girl living in Canada. I love the Lord and forever a worship girly. Before we talk about today's gist, let's do a recap as usual on the last episode. Last episode, we started our very first series titled The Misconceptions of Christianity. And the misconception we talked about was once saved, forever saved. One of the key takeaways from last episode was that salvation does not mark the end of our Christian journey, but it is a beginning of a journey where we put in the work and trust God for grace to work in us. So it is not an automatic journey, but one that requires due process. Today, we will be continuing the series, and the misconception we will talk about today is grace versus license. This one, my girlies, is something that most Christians misuse and abuse, saying His grace is sufficient for me. While that is in the Bible, of course, Christians tend to use this in such a manner because people feel like they have license as opposed to grace. And we would delve deeper into what grace and license actually is. We'd have a call to action, and then we would pray. So what is grace? Grace is God's undeserving favor that saves and transforms us. Ephesians 2 verse 8 will tell us that for by grace ye are saved through faith, and not for yourselves. It is the gift of God. So yes, God gives us capacity and enables us through a system called grace to walk this Christian walk in entirety. The Bible also tells us to walk out our salvation by fear and trembling. So remember, we are given the gift of salvation not because we earn it, but by God's enabling and forgiving system called grace. And this salvation, we also have to walk out with fear and trembling. Truth is, the revelation of grace would never produce a licentious lifestyle. Titus 2 verse 11 to 12 will tell us that for the grace of God that bringeth salvation has appeared to all men, teaching us that denying ungodliness, we should live soberly. So through grace we are saved. We are enabled. We are forgiven. We are empowered to live right. From here, we see that grace teaches us to live a godly life. It does not permit us to live a sinful life. Grace is not what we think it is because people tend to take God for granted and use it as an excuse to live a sinful life, when actually they feel like they have license. So what is license? License is using grace as an excuse to continue in sin